Oh my goodness, the freezer door was left open. Did that ever happen to you? You go into the garage and you notice something seeping out of the bottom of the freezer. Oh man, what a pit in the stomach you get. Somebody got some burger out of the freezer and didn't shut the door the whole way. What's the chances of that happening? Well, at this house, it's a big chance. Well, if this happened to you, you're at the right place because I'm going to show you how you fix that. Or better yet, how to prevent it. Just want to let you know you're at the right place because I'm going to show you how to hook up one of these Wi-Fi thermometers. You might be asking the question, what kind can I use? There's many different ones. Or one idea would be go on Amazon and go by the reviews. But I can assure you, I'm going to share my experiences that I've used. Now, the one I used was this one here. This is called MOCREO Temperature Sensor ST5. And it comes with the hub. Now, I bought this a long time ago. And I've since getting this one, I've been doing some more research, and I kind of like the Govee as well. I'm sure you saw my video of putting up the Govee lights outside for Christmas time and other activities. You can click that link up there if you'd like to see that one. But I think the Govee has a great system as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and purchase a set of them too, install those, and then in a period of time, come back and do a review on them. What's $100? What's 50 bucks? Well, to some, and me as well, is a lot of money. But if you can compare that with buying a half a beef for 1,000 bucks, or 1,200 bucks, or 1,500 bucks, and your freezer goes down, that $50 or $100 or whatever it costs would have saved you. Okay, I'm down here in my basement, and I got one of these small chest freezers. Show you what it looks like inside. Full of meat. Got steaks here. The whole way to the bottom is burger, 1 pound burger. So I got over 250 pounds of burger. You know what a cow tongue looks like. But I got over 250 pounds of burger in here. And I don't want that to go bad. So you might be asking, how do we set this thing up? Is there a booklet? Yes. Answer your question, yes. You want to read the booklet. You want to figure it out on your own. Well, some people might, but if you're like me, I don't like reading. So I'm going to show you how to put this thing together that you won't need this book. I got everything unboxed. So basically what's in here, you got a suction cup to hook onto your sensors. Or that's the this here is the transmitter, not the sensor. This here actually is the sensor. And you plug this into here like this, like that. And then you have your block, which this goes into this transmitter. Now it has an antenna and you screw that on the back like that. Now what's neat about this is you got 2 holes here. I could put a screw in the wall and put it up here somewhere, back away. You could sit it down here on the floor, but then that'll be silly because then when you sweep the floor. Now one thing to mention is it has this plug here that's a real short one. I'm not sure what style that is. It's the one before the C drive. Into a USB. You plug this into here. Is a port to where you charge it. This has a lithium battery in here and this will last up to 2 years or so, and you can monitor that with the app. And then we'll just go ahead and stick that in this block and then go ahead and plug it in. Now the light comes on, it's red. Once that red light goes off, then it'll be charged. So we want to go ahead and charge both of those while you're doing something else. So just so you know, while that's charging, you can monitor that on the app and you'll get a push notification if you have that set up to let you know when the battery gets down 10%. Well, I think I'm going to mount this right here on the wall. So the other question might be, how do I do that? Take and measure the center of these 2 mounts. You can measure it like that, roughly 1.5 inches. Now you might be asking, what do I use? Do I use a screw? Do I use nails? This is what I grabbed. Nails about 1 inch long. Put those in there and you'll want the head to be big enough, that's the top here, that it won't pull out like this up and down. You could use screws as well. Just make sure the head fits down in and slides up in the slot. So I put one nail in so far. I'll go ahead and pound that in there ways. I went ahead and measured from that nail over to here. I put a mark on there. That's 1 7/16 inches. And then I want to put the next nail in right here. Okay, got those in there. Then we'll take my transmitter, but the base, and we will find this cord and plug this in like that. Turn that up like this. Let me turn the light on here. All right, so we can see a little better in the dark. They can put that on there and stick it in the slots, just like that. You can run this antenna up anywhere you want, but I think I'm just going to keep it back against the wall like that. And then we get our block, which is in the bathroom right here. We'll take this block, plug it into here, and then go down in that receptacle where the freezer's plugged in. So we'll put that down there out of the way. Okay, next we have this suction cup. See, that has a hole in there. We will slide this thermometer down through that opening. Then we open the freezer up, and we can stick this in here anywhere. Some people might like it down at the bottom. Actually, up on top might be the best choice because of, and of course that don't stick good because see how this kind of pours. So that's not going to work too good as far as sticking in there, but the idea is just at least it's laying down in there. And run this out. Then the freezer should shut. We plug the other end in here. Now the other one's still charging. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. We'll take one of these. So I pulled this apart off of here because this was together, and take the grippy part, not the soft part, but the grippy part. Put that on there and then peel off the backing, which can be quite difficult. Peel that off. You want to stick this back behind here somewhere. Now we got all this extra cord. What do we do with that? We got a solution for that. That's these. These were stuck together. There's 2 of them actually in this pack. And then kind of fold up the wires, bundled up like that, and it'll hang like that. And that is the way it should look. So let's recap. What do we have here? We got the base there hanging on the wall. Now it's not real solid. If you use a bigger nail head or a screw, if I had to do it differently, that's what I'd use. That's the antenna we stuck on earlier. That goes down and plugs in. This is your transmitter back here. Wire bundled up and run down inside. So what's next? We need to set up the app. So let's go set that up. Take and scan that barcode when you're ready to download the app. That'll make it easier. Now I have Android, so I'll click the Android button and download the app, which only takes a couple minutes. It's already at 50%. Click open. Then you got to create an account using your email address and password. Click this plus button up here to add a hub. Now here it says if my model has either one of those, click on that, but it's not, because mine's just a regular one. So I'm gonna click continue, and mine's just this hub. So I'll click on that, and mine has the 2 dots there. Yours might have just the one. I click that. I'm gonna do Wi-Fi. You can hook Ethernet into the back of the unit, but I choose not to do that, so I'm going to use Wi-Fi. And here it says make sure it's powered up. If you look up there, you can see the greenish, or not greenish, but purple, bluish, different colored light, so it's powered up. Just like that says there. And then the direction says press this bottom button and hold it for 5 seconds or so, like that. I believe that's 5 seconds, right? Make sure our Wi-Fi supports a 2.4 gigahertz, which mine does. It's blue up there on this unit that's up on the wall, and then hit continue. Now you want to hit allow if you want to use this thing. So now it's preparing to set up the device. So it's scanning, looking for that other device. It's found it. Connected to BLU. I'm not sure what that means. So now here is where my Wi-Fi that's within distance. Of course, these other ones are my neighbors. Mine's this top one. I have an extension as well, but I don't want to hook up to that. So I want to click that one. And then this is here where I punch in my password. And I just punched my in and then hit connect. And there it is. Now it's going through a series of connecting device to the Wi-Fi. That's done. Now it's registering the device on the cloud server. That's done. Now linking the device to my account. That's done. Now waiting for the device to sync its information. And I just looked up at the box up here. The lights went out, and now it went on purple. So, and it's still looking for information. This one takes the longest. Now the light up there went off on the wall, and now it came back on purple, and it went dim, and it went off, and it's back on. So it's communicating. Now it says, congrats, hub setup is successful. All right. We love it when a plan comes together. Now that says congratulations down here, now we want to click on this button. Back up again. The temp sensor, ST5, I believe it's that one. Now what it's saying to do here is that unit on the side that I plugged in the sensor that went in the freezer. Take that little ring, that little pokey thing, which is right here. And so I want to take this off the side, bring it up here on the top where we plugged it in to power it up or to charge it. See that little hole right there? Stick that pin in that hole and push it for a second or so. See how the blue light's blinking? And it looks like it found it. Now that's the only sensor I have installed so far, so I can add up to 10 of these. So if I put that sensor that I poked the needle in, 10 of those, they'll be lined up right here. So whatever one I want to hook up, the check mark, and then down below here, hit this add button. So it's adding it. There you can see, yep, it went green. And that is added. And guess what? It says, we are all set. Click that button. So when that's all grayed out, that means it's not connected because it says unknown. And you can see the Wi-Fi right here. It's grayed out. So we'll hit this little pancake thing. Basically what that tells you to do is go back to the sensor with your pokey pin. Poke that one more time. I pushed the button in and now it's blinking. Let's see if it can connect now. That's what that light's doing up there. Okay, I figured out why it was grayed out. I had to go back to, where did I go? I went to settings and then went to the version. And I had updated to the latest version. And as soon as I did that, then it went yellow. So that tells me this freezer right here, right now, that I plugged in, is connected and is 6.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Woohoo! Right here. It's all working, it's all set up. Put this back down here where it's Velcroed in. I got this one hooked up. Battery's dead because it's blinking blue. And what I'll do is I will take this other sensor wire and plug this into my other freezer. And you'll see it's right here. And now what I can do here is you can change these settings. When I clicked on that, that'll give me a history of what the sensor or what the sensor's sensing as far as temperature goes. Here, when I clicked on that to configure, I can change the that sensor's name right there. So I can go down here and I can type in which freezer it is, refrigerator, what have you, and it tells you the batteries, how percentage the battery is and all that good stuff. Now here's where you can set up the alert. So whenever the temperature, you can change it to however much it goes up or down. I say when it goes up to 24 degrees, there's a problem. Well, maybe I could do 19, maybe 15. So that means it'll go up like 8 or 9 degrees, and then I'll get a alert since that's green right there. It'll actually beep, that's turned on. And so I hit save. And that tells me, and now I'll get a text message as well as an email. So there you have it. We got another successful project completed. Now I can have peace of mind that all this meat in this freezer, if the electricity goes out, I'm not sure how it works if the electricity goes out. But if the breaker flips or something happens and the temperature rises in here, because I had no way of knowing, because I don't come down here in the basement every day like I do going through the garage and seeing the freezers in the garage. I'm going to do a review on this down the road sometime and let you know how it works out. So until the next time, consider giving this video a thumbs up if you saw it helpful for you. And you have a great day, and we will see you next time.